My name is Gogandantess みたいな。
Howdy folks, I'm Kurt Indovina, and today is a very special day because I'm joined with Eshiro-san, the director of Onimusha 2, and Shu, the translator, who will be walking me through this wonderful conversation. And to my own dismay, I'm going to be playing the game in front of this guy, and he could tell me all the things I'm doing wrong. So we'll see how that goes. So to get started, I'm going to cut through all the cutscenes and then jump into it. But the first question I would like to ask is what is it like to return to a game you made 23 years ago? Are there any, do you feel any liberation in returning to your old work, or do you kind of look at it like an old blemish of the past in any way?
Okay, so 23 years ago, Onimusha 2 was the first game I directed, and I'm just so happy that the game has returned and I can be directing the remaster again. So I'm just so happy that now we have more comfortable controls and they have quality of life improvements included. So I'm just very happy that people can play this game, like even for the classic fans and even for new people who will get into the Onimusha series. So yeah. Just all I can say is that I'm happy.
Does it feel like you're playing your game for the first time again, considering like how you've changed controls and certain effects and certain things like that?
So what we focused on was to recreate the gameplay of the original version. So it's kind of like feels similar to the original version, but we have added multiple quality of life improvements. So it is essentially like a kind of similar gameplay to the original version, but it kind of feels fresh because it has more comfortable controls and improved graphics. So yeah, so it's a kind of just like carry over the essence, but yeah, it's still kind of fresh to play.
But don't you miss tank controls?
So if you want to choose the tank controls, you can also choose it from the settings. So like it's more like he doesn't actually miss it, but if you want to play it like most modern games, you can just use the left stick. But for the really classic players who can't get, loves the tank controls, you can just pick it up. So Eshiro-san himself doesn't miss it, but actually like it just like depends on the player's preference.
I want to ask your opinion of because the tank controls is still an option, which is great, and obviously this is like how do I put it? Like this is a game of its period because it's like fixed camera angles, pre-rendered backgrounds. I was curious what your thoughts are on kind of preserving and honoring that. Just basically preservation in games is making sure you're getting the quality of honing in the spirit of something that once was.
So talking about these cutscenes and also fixed cameras and pre-rendered backgrounds. So back then when we were developing the original game, the asset we had was like so detailed, and but it was kind of held back by the limitations of like the consoles back then. So we were just like for this, but the game itself was really great, so we didn't want to like make any kind of drastic changes. So what we focused on was to just bring out those details on modern consoles. So we just like wanted to preserve the greatness of the original game, but also improve graphics and improve controls. So just kind of preserve the greatness, but also in a better way.
Is there anything weird about returning to your work 23 years ago?
So, to be honest, there wasn't much thing that was weird. It was just like, oh, this great. In the original game, it was still great, and just like when making this remastered version, I realized that like for the surface of the water you see in the pond, this was something that we filmed in real life and just like kind of processed it to make it really natural and look good inside the game. So we just kind of realized the good stuff of the game, and I believe there wasn't anything kind of weird.
Was it nostalgic, like in a way?
Yeah, it's definitely nostalgic to come back to this game. So it just like makes me recall some kind of memorable stuff, like oh, this was a big challenge, and oh, this was something we really had a heated debate over the team, and such sort of things. It's just like comes to my mind, and yeah, it really has a sense of nostalgia.
Can you tell me if there's a particular debate that you kind of get to see play out all these years later that seems so, I don't know, silly then or unimportant then versus now?
So it's not about the game content itself, but it's about the characterization of the character Gogandantess, who is a high-ranking daemon. So this his kind of quote, like his line, he has it in the game. Eshiro-san thought at first it was a bit cheesy and kind of awkward to have in the game, but the screenwriter who made that character just insisted that this is the best way to portray Gogandantess, and eventually, after the game came out, Gogandantess became a really beloved character. So he just they did have a kind of heated debate over the characterization of Gogandantess, but he's just now he's just glad that he followed the screenwriter's suggestion, and yeah, we ended up with a really great character.
Is there a particular line that comes to mind that stands out as something that was weird to you then that you've grown to love now?
まず動き
So
から
what
して
comes to mind is the line, "My name is Gogandantess," and it's not just about the line, but it's about how he says it. It's really exaggerated, and he thought it was really awkward, but no, eventually it really became good. So yeah, I really like it now, but back then I thought it was not the best way to show Gogandantess.
Does this horse have a name?
ないです。
So unfortunately, this horse doesn't have a name, but here's an Easter egg about this horse. Every time you interact with this horse, it becomes slightly bigger. So if you kind of button mash in front of the horse, it was bigger and bigger, just really slightly.
Are you messing with me?
少しずつ
This is true, and but so the maximum size for this horse would be around 1.5.
I think you're lying.
わからんでこうある程度見てあれって気づいたらあれちょっと大きくなってないみたいな。
Why did you do this?
これはまあお遊び。
So we just thought it was fun.
なんか入れて面白いかなと。何人が気づくかなと。
I don't think it's working.
You might not notice it from the screen right now, but if you compare the size later, I believe you'll see that it is bigger, and at maximum it will become 1.5 bigger than the original.
多分この耳のラインを見てもらうとちょっとずつなんかあれちょっとでかくなってるなみたいなのがおそらく分かると。
Is this true?
本当ですこれ本当。
Yes, please compare it later. And yeah, so I hope
意味はないです。
there's no meaning.
Does this guy get bigger?
No.
Okay. Are you sure? All right. I mean, it's a remaster. Now's your time to fix that. Make everyone get big every time you talk to them.
So yeah, that might be a good idea. Sorry, we don't have that feature inside the remaster, but yeah, I believe that back then when we had, so this feature was also in the original version, but I believe so few people only noticed that the horse will become bigger.
What is your favorite quality of life change aside from the controls? What's the thing that's kind of gets you most excited about this update?
そうですね。まあ大きな。
So aside from the controls, I would like to say that the cutscene skip features will stand out, and also the autosave feature will stand out because it's just so comfortable to play, and new people, the Onimusha, the classic Onimusha fan will, I believe, even though the game wouldn't have those kind of features, I believe the classic Onimusha fan will love it. But so aside from the controls, I would like to say that the cutscene skip features will stand out, and also the autosave feature will stand out because it's just so comfortable to play, and new people, the classic Onimusha fan will, I believe, even though the game wouldn't have those kind of features, I believe the classic Onimusha fan will love it. But for people who will play this game for the first time, it will be much comfortable for them to have these features. So it's really kind of getting easier to get into the series. So I'm just really happy that I was able to include this feature. And on top of that, I want to mention about the background. So it's so detailed in this remastered version. In the original version, we did make the background so detailed, but it was kind of held back by the limitations of the consoles and monitors we had to use back then. But now we can use modern consoles and modern techniques to upscale the game. So now you see the background has become really sharp. So that is something that I want to highlight here.
Do you miss pre-rendered backgrounds in games by any means?
なんかこう、まあ、
それぞれに良さはあると思う。
So I don't actually miss it, but I think that prerendered backgrounds has its own like advantage, but also the full 3D games like we have in like the modern games, that has its own kind of advantage as well. So it's just like kind of like how you want to depict the game, and so prerendered backgrounds we can make it more detailed, but it also kind of limits the controls like in terms of fixed cameras or such sort. But like for full 3D games, you can rotate your camera freely, but it also like lacks like they also kind of limit for the background details. So it just like each of them has its own advantage, and I think I don't miss it, but I just really like pre-render the game as well.
Me too. I like the there's a certain artistry in composing a shot within a pre-rendered background. I know it's not as free-flowing, but I've always had an affinity towards the intent of composition and like what you want the player to see.
そこはしっかり
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you. And so, but not just about the backgrounds, but in the remastered version, we have more detail in the characters, like the clothes, costumes they're wearing. We can now show more detail in the kind of texture and the patterns on the clothes. So that is something I'm really happy to include in the remastered version.
What's this guy looking for?
He's not like kind of finding something specific, but it's kind of near to the mine. So maybe he's finding something like gold or something that will like become money.
He lost his dignity.
尊厳みたいなのを今ちょっとしてね So for Onimusha 2, we really focused on giving like each person a unique background. Like every villager has a kind of reason why they came to this town of Onimusha, and so we just added so much detail in them, and so now we were able to, like comparing it to the first game, Onimusha Warlords, we were able to expand the world of Onimusha by giving like so much detail and like depth in the story for like each character, including just NPCs.
I'm gonna do this real quick. I promise I can do this. I know what to do.
何をやればいいか分かってます。ちょっとこれをパッとここはやらせてもらいます。
Is there another one? No. Oh god, I forgot. Okay. Stuff like this is a lot easier not in tank controls.
Back then, when we designed this stage with the tank controls, like we adjusted the timing so that you can kind of barely get on the elevator with the tank controls, but now you have the left stick control, so you can like go to that place much smoother. So yeah, that is something. Like a really good point that we were able to include the left stick controls.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I messed that one up. Oh god.
ちょっとねこの赤の小田増票って普通のノーマルよりもちょっと強いんですよね。だからちょっと微妙に一斉のタイミングも違うので。
I can do it. I want to do it. I can do this. I can do it. I swear. No, I can't. I can do it. Hold on.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just gonna kill these guys.
Nice.
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay.
So the one with the red armors, those are slightly stronger than the
They do there's this move I can't quite nail yet.
このねこれ日本語で言い合いっていうのこのタイミングの一線がなかなかちょっとねシビアなので。
So we call that move EI in Japan. Yeah, that is kind of strong move, and it's very difficult to form a critical attack against it. Yeah.
Do you have a permit?
Tell me about that guy.
この金山の番人についてちょっとお話します。So back then when we were developing the original game, we didn't really kind of had the intention to like make this character really stand out, but eventually it became like a distinctive character. So the Japanese line for this is "Tousanai yo," and so many players in Japan like do this kind of impression for this character. So I personally, I really love it, but also we didn't like kind of intentionally make this character stand out. But yeah, that was something fun. I remember about this game.
I'm glad you find it funny, because when I was playing this the other day, I kept going just.
I won't allow you to
It's just this is
unless you have a permit.
Yeah, it's really funny, and he doesn't have a kind of name for it. He just like called God of the Mine, and yeah, that also adds to his kind of like the fun part of him.
I won't allow
There it is.
unless you have a permit.
Okay, I'll go get the permit.
ちょっと許可証を
許可証ね取りに行きましょう。もうスルーで。
How do you feel about people just running by the enemies? And I mean, you kind of made a mode for it in a way, the Man in Black. But I mean, what is the feeling of watching players just zip by?
So I think that is also like kind of a way to enjoy this game. So like I don't feel any kind of disappointment or anything. I just think that sometimes you just want to save time and just go through, just ignore all the enemies. So yeah, that is kind of way to enjoy the game. So.
やっぱ
So
作っ
as
て
a
る側からす
director,
ると
at
いろ
least,
んなもの
I
を
would like recommend people to enjoy all the details and like battle them. But yeah, it is like Eshiro-san himself would like to recommend players to just like deeply get into the battles. Of course, I just aim for the critical attack every time. I mean, and also.
I want to see how your critical attacking goes.
And also, critical attack will give you like, more
Health,
souls.
yeah.
So yeah, then you can like restore your health and enhance your weapons. So yeah, I always aim for a critical attack.
Please teach me how to take care of these red ones.
赤のやつらに対して
これね、赤もこれ結構難しいんですよね。
線の
あ！Okay. One more time.
The master is here.
連載一戦。
Clearly, you may have made this game.
So this is a chain critical attack,
Ouch.
not just one.
You're okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So we have this chain critical attack system for Onimusha 2. This wasn't in Onimusha Warlords, but now you can perform multiple critical attacks in a row. And it's really satisfying to perform that. But you have to kind of sense the timing for this. There's no kind of indication on the screen, so you have to feel it. But yeah, I would recommend people to try it. Yeah.
I would like to see him get bigger in an update. Just putting it out there.
Just,
He's the one who I really want to be towering over this game. I do want to hear kind of your input. This is a new feature that's, I think, is only in this game where you kind of have these companions kind of show up, because I don't believe these are in Demon Siege, correct?
今回本当に
So this like getting along with allies, and that is definitely a unique system to Onimusha 2. And I hope people will just enjoy like giving gifts to allies and seeing their expressions and reactions. And also you can get along with your allies by giving the right gifts, and they will like help out with you in battles, and also it unlocks new events. So I hope this is a feature that is unique to Onimusha 2, so I hope people enjoy it.
What is this guy like? Because every time I give him something, he's upset.
So first, I will recommend you to like talk to him, and then he'll tell you that he loves liquor and sort of things. So like if you have any kind of alcohol or like food in the inventory, I believe he will like it. And he's also a monk, so anything related to his like monk, anything monk related, I believe he'll love it. So later in the game, you'll be able to get scent that that you use in temples. So that is kind of monk related. So he's relevant to those. So I believe he will love it.
What is it? After a boss fight, doesn't he say like, now to go like find the girls? Is that?
ああ、そうそうそうそうそうそう。
Exactly. Yeah, he says that.
どこだっつってね。
He also like women. As
You can't give those things,
Yeah.
thankfully.
それはプレゼントできないのは残念ですね。
The timing on these ones, these dudes are hard. I can't quite get my counter on these guys right.
なんかこの人たちの まあ一線をするのちょっと難しい。
ああ、これ結構そう。
And then
こう一回このシャーって言った後に、
and then
あ、そう、Yes。
oh god, now I gotta
Nice,
fight these
nice.
other guys. Okay.
あ、ナイス。
Okay, cool.
Hey.
All right. See, I'm not too bad.
まさに今のタイミングです。
That is the exact timing. So we have here the new weapon.
Okay. Oh, is that a new weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get to that.
Yeah, I would recommend you. Go to
Yeah,
that
we'll get
page
to that
and
and
get
then-
the new weapon.
We'll do that.
これさっきアイテムあげたので、今エケが助けに来てくれる。これまたその時のアイテムをあげたこの有効度によって助けに来てくれるキャラクターが変わる。
So Eke came to help you because you gave gifts earlier. So if you have given gifts to other people and if you have become more friendly with others like Madoji here, that will be the person who will help you here. So it depends on who you're friendly with.
I can't get it right.
はい、難しい。
難しい。本当にタイミングね、これシャーってきてくっついてくる瞬間にやると出やすいので。あ、惜しい。もうちょっと待てば。
It roars, readies the weapon, and stabs. So you should closely look at the motion.
これガールが
My daughter was kidnapped by
So
monsters.
you can see that Eke loves girls
Why?
from this cutscene.
Yeah.
Is your daughter pretty?
You laughed when that guy came on the screen. Why?
Girl in the world.
なんかこの人が入った瞬間ちょっと笑ったように見えたんですけど、それは何でですか？
いやもうこのエケのこのリアクションがもう大体わかるんで、娘女の子可愛いのかっていうね、エケのキャラクターがすごく出てるいいカットシーンやなと思う。
I just like Eke's reaction in this cutscene. He just like, yeah, I love girls, so I'm gonna save your daughter. So I just like his reaction.
Okay, this.
Yeah. So what is that like? Giving a new weapon to a character in a game that's from 23 years ago, and like how do you honor sort of that play style still? You know, like the feeling of playing a game like a PS2 game, but with a new weapon today. What is that balance like?
いや基本的にも
I believe that the balance between the weapons were kind of finely balanced in the original game. We didn't have to make any kind of adjustment to this remastered version. What we focused on was that some of the bosses' attacks were like sometimes unfairly difficult and strong. So we just adjusted some of the motions of the bosses' moves, but for the weapons, I think we were able to really finely balance it in the original game. So there was no kind of adjustment that we wanted to add here.
I will master this by the time we're done.
最後終わりまで
Oh, nice.
Well, I did that.
Come on.
I can't do it. It's okay. I can just beat them to a pulp. Wait a minute. Where'd this dog come from?
どっから来たんですか？
この犬にも実はちょっとした秘密があって、この犬に向かってこうシューってこう、目の前に行ってこうスーってやると。
So there's also an Easter egg here. If you go in front of the dog and do the soul absorb,
Oh. He's just going right.
目の前でまだ今これだと今反応して何回かこれをやるとこれを尻尾振ってくれる。これ何回かやるといいことがある。
Come here,
so
buddy.
there might be something good after you do that for
3
multiple
回
times.
4回ぐらいやると
Come on. When do I know?
尻尾振って
Also, did the
So there will be a kind of reaction from the dog.
真正面に行かないと
am I
正面
not
に
special?
You have
Ah,
to be
okay.
in front of the dog.
Come here. Come here. Did the guard turn into this dog?
さっきの金さんの番人がこの犬になったんでしょう。
もうちょっとだ。これ ある程度こう
You do.
親しくなるとこれねいいことがあるんです。あ、ナイスナイス。
You're close. You're getting friendly with the dog.
ある程度やってるとオッケー。ルートが変わる。今までぐるぐる回ってたからどこかにこう案内してくれるんですね。
So now the dog is leading you to somewhere.
That's the saddest dog to lead, I mean, I've ever seen, but at least it's leading me to something. Oh,
いいもの来るといいんだ。
wow, that's a cool dance.
ここであれおかしいな。ここでね小判もらえる。これ。犬がここに小判があるよと教えてくれる。
So the dog tells you that there's a coin here, so now you can get it.
これ日本昔話にここ掘れワンワンっていうのがあって、そういう日本の昔話にこうインスパイアされたちょっとした隠し要素。
So this Easter egg is based on a Japanese tale. There's a kind of dig here, woof woof kind of tale in Japan, so it's based on that.
Well, you may not be able to pet the dog, but at least the dog can do nice things for you if you wave your hand in front of it a little bit.
犬を手なずけられないのは残念ですけど、でもああいう反応を得られるのは、はい。
なんかこんな感じのちょっとした隠し要素とかもちょこちょこと入れてるんで、そのあたりもいろいろなんかこう試してもらえるといいかなと。
There are so many Easter eggs here and there, so I hope people find it out.
Well, we all know there's at least one Easter egg I'm going to go back to before we close this out. Eshiro-san, it was so nice to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so awesome to be able to play this game again, and I think it's a good move just for general preservation to be able to love these things not locked to consoles of the past. So glad it's back.
ありがとうございます。ぜひよろしくお願いします。
Thank you so much.
Thank
I hope
you.
you have fun.
When is the game out?
発売日はいつになりますか
5月23日ですね。
May 23rd.
Okay. Are you sure? I'll be here all day.
本当に微妙に大きくなってるはずなんで、最終的にはもう 1.5 倍。
I'm being lied to. I think I'm being played right now.
その耳の高さが、変わってるはずなんで。
It might be easier to notice it if you focus on the ear of the horse.
I'm not.
A little taller.
I'll choose to believe you.
多分ね、比較すると絶対変わってるのが分かるはず。
You should compare it later.
All right, we'll do that. All right, thank you folks so much. I'm Kurt. This is Eshiro-san. Shu, thank you so much for translating. Onimusha 2, soon to be.
Thank you!